But she said she's there like on the weekend or the evening. She have her door open.
When are the, what?
Yeah, 30 degrees, rain change in the snow.
Couple grand.
On Saturday.
You know,
That's not.
yesterday.
Five tomorrow.
Paxton's gotta play it, so maybe tomorrow night at Saturday.
Yesterday,
So she had
They might show.
Oh, really? Really? Well, I might lose
something.
maybe.
my niece was up on the mountain. She's a wreck. Since last year, August, remember when we had all that rain? He said, down to basement, downstairs, we'd have the lawn down. Yes, Jimmy,
My son pumps have to sit there and sleep all day. Every 2.5 minutes, one of them went off.
Oh, do you?
About every 40 seconds, mine.
just had to bring the water running on the steps and up in our house. Good. I walk out to the mailbox and
2 in the garage, 2 in the house. Oh, actually, got more, no, 1 in the house. 1 in the house, 2 in the garage, 2 in the pool house. And he put 1 in by the back driveway, so we got 6 of them. So they just kept, one would go off, the other one would quit, and another would go off. It's ridiculous. But at least they did any water.
I gotta be careful of the railroad tracks. Yeah, I don't know. That was one inside. Letter change. They have
Never
invited
Friday,
clean
yeah,
them
they
up
said
twice.
Friday was
Twice.
Friday.
They goofy, dude.
I can see who it was.
The tornado change.
Yeah.
This shit all just got spread out.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
I don't know how much rain we got. I didn't have my rain gauges out yet from the winter. I put them in place for the winter.
Yeah, a lot.
Might as well start taking them out.
We got an overabundance.
Over 3. Yeah. Weezer's probably
Yeah,
not
the
happy.
pool's full. Has to be right.
Yeah, my.
He's like, why did I pay to fill that up?
That's what Debbie said. She's getting free water.
Yeah, well, he was getting ready last weekend, so he filled it to where it had to be.
Oh, the skimmers?
Yeah, and now it's over.
Now he's got
Now
something.
we got worked out, so.
And it's green for me.
Do ya?
If Carl comes in, would you give those to him?
Carl, like,
Oh, yeah,
and Chief
spring
Carl,
one, yeah.
sure thing.
I remember when you put it up 18 years. You did pretty good.
Wow.
You did good.
Yeah, how long did that go, 5?
Yeah,
5.
that's gonna be a job. Yeah, cause I told him that he had to qualify. Yeah, still.
Yeah.
You get a lot of bright sunlight. Surprised the lights are there.
Yeah, you got a lot.
That means everybody's gonna watch it.
Over the years.
We've been doing this for like 45 years.
Yeah, we started raining.
You should be good at it, but.
Yeah.
Call me Hope.
It was a late
Yeah.
rain.
We had an early training too.
Oh, yes, it was.
Probably guys like to roll bands.
Oh, that was yours? Oh, I'll get it. I thought they were. Already on the seat. No, I'm gonna bother Adam.
Oh, yeah, about that. All right, we'll sit back there a while.
There you go.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
little problems with my back. Still kicking.
You know, if you go to a physical therapy person, over there, my dad goes,
Oh, jeez.
you know, he bends your leg until he starts going, and then they go, oh, good.
You wanna tell me where that's at?
I wrote 30 in the house.
I mean, will they bend my back until that's a problem?
He hasn't helped, this is his first year, he quit drinking, so he came out of retirement. Yes. Yeah. I was as puzzled as you.
Order to come home to physical therapy.
No. Yeah, cause he stopped over Saturday, I was on the yard.
Oh, okay.
And Jerry goes, I don't know why. But yeah, go. Now I'm like here,
Quite ready to go.
no, but yeah, he's coming, so he Jerry. I think Rob Sachs. Well, he's at the hospital. I see him up there. Augie was, got hold of me. Cause last year he waited till 2 days before. Okay.
You should have seen him Tuesday morning when I come in the restaurant, because nobody ordered it, something could be moved.
Oh, Augie?
I think goes, is it too late to order this stuff? And they said, actually, I don't think so. I said, because the guy comes tomorrow, we order and it's just delivered out. They said, that, I said, no, if something changes, we'll call you. And he was in a big mood.
Yeah.
I can see
I
Augie.
can understand
You
that.
ready? Call this meeting to order, roll call.
Michael Benrose,
Here.
Lawrence Dietrich,
Here.
Marge Drexler.
Here.
Karen Greenlee.
Here.
Amanda Rose. Here. Mark Bruce.
Here.
Pamela Shutt. Here.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is motion to approve the minutes of the March regular board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the March regular board meeting.
I'll second it.
Been made and seconded. Any corrections, deletions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Approval of the invoices. Net that they weren't available, so.
I have questions again about, the code enforcement. I know it was discussed a little bit at the finance committee meeting. However, in her contract, she does have the option to come before the board. Any overages are supposed to be agreed upon by both parties, not just her side. She has not come before the board. Last year, I don't have an invoice for October, so it's possibly more, but she billed a total of $31,690, which was $16,690 over her budgeted amount. You know, I know Dawn had said she knows her budget, she's gonna stop at that point, but history shows that she did not. I think we need to hold her to her contract and either not pay these bills or pay her what her maximum billable allowance is, which I believe is $21.60 for this year, for each month. Oh, excuse me, $22.40. She's at $56 per hour. Or have her come before the board and explain why she's going above and beyond every month without board authorization. I also have one other question, maybe this should be directed for Chief, but did we purchase an additional 2 Glocks, in addition to the ones that we approved? So there's a bill on here for 2 Glocks for $1840, and I know we already paid that invoice, back in February for the 5. So I just didn't know if that was a duplicate invoice or why that's on here this month.
Good question. Now, we only purchased 4. So,
Purchase 4, so we paid for 5, I believe?
yeah, 5. Oh, I'm sorry,
Okay.
5, yeah. Sorry, 5.
Okay, so we paid for 5 in February, and I see there's an invoice for 2 this month.
And, I'm sorry, what page or? Is that page number every month?
Page
2.
2. And in the February invoices, we paid $4,600, which was your quote plus the additional 1. I think you had originally asked for 4, and then the committee agreed to 5.
I think that's what happens on weekend. I don't know if I have an answer for you.
I just didn't know if it had been discussed. I didn't remember discussing purchasing more.
Yeah, no, we didn't purchase any more. I would have to see if this got a screw up between our side and Village Hall, because they shouldn't have paid twice. We only purchased the 5.
Okay.
So I'll look into it tomorrow. But thanks for bringing some attention to it.
For those wondering too, on the John's bills, bulk, everybody charged a couple extra bucks every month. So all they have to do is call to get their bulk items picked up once a month. You don't pay extra, you just need to call them and let them know. 'Cause that is another big number there, $1,000 a month that we pay for that.
Yep.
So I'll make a motion to approve the invoices with the exception of the municipal code enforcement and the Glock line items.
I'll second that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Invoices with the exception of municipal code enforcement and the Glock.
Okay, we cannot not pay that, it's 3 months old. She did the work, we're gonna have to pay it.
The motion's been made second, so we can vote on it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Aye. Roll call vote.
Pamela Shutt.
No.
Michael Bimrose.
No.
Lawrence Dedrick.
No.
Marge Drexler.
Yes.
Karen Greenlee.
No.
I'm sorry,
No.
Amanda Rose.
Yes.
Mark Ruch.
No.
It's 5-2.
Motion does not
I'll make a motion that we approve the invoices as presented, except for
Where do I
the
send mine
Glock,
to?
2 Glock guns of $1,840.
Christ.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any other discussion?
I have a question. Have you talked to the code enforcer at all?
I have not, I know it's been brought up several times at several committee meetings.
Right, I've
assume-
called her before, I just wondered if you'd ever tried.
I know Dawn has mentioned that she was gonna talk to her, I thought she was going to come before either a committee or board, and she is not, so, I keep bringing it up, and people say there's gonna be discussion, and then there's never any follow through, and just, the bills just keep getting higher and higher, so.
There's a motion on the floor.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
No.
No.
Motion carries.
Can we get a roll call vote on that as well?
Sure.
Michael Bimrose.
Yes.
Lawrence Dedrick.
Yes.
Marge Drexler.
No.
Karen Greenlee.
Yes.
Amanda Rose.
No.
Mark Rush.
Yes.
Pamela Shep.
Motion carries. Oath of office for the newly elected trustees, Jennifer Lemke, Amanda Rose, and Adam Turnbull.
Couldn't come fast enough.
People wanna come together.
Where would you like this? Where would you like this?
Where you wanna go? Usually Brad's taking pictures, so. He doesn't want to.
All trades, I'm ready.
Okay, Amanda Rose, Adam Turnbull, and Jennifer Lemke. You have been elected to the office of village trustee in and for the village of Sharon in Walworth County, Wisconsin, but have not yet entered upon those duties. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, charter, laws, and ordinances of the village of Sharon, and will faithfully and impartially discharge those duties of the village trustee office to the best of your ability?
I do.
Okay.
You're married.
Let's see, here's Amanda here.
I'm sure you're.
Can't flex the.
I think we should have a round of applause for the new trustees.
Citizen comments. The chair will recognize any citizen that would like to comment at this time. All discussion, any action will be referred to the proper committee for future agenda consideration.
Yeah, I'd like to know how we pay.
Hearing none, we'll move on. Library report.
Oh, I missed it. Yes, I definitely have two things I want to state. My name is David Zimmerman. I've lived in Sharon at 129 Grace Street for over 5 years. Because of code enforcement and lack of decision, I've been denied my rights as a homeowner to remove a tree. I now have over $10,000 of hard-earned money in a tree that's worth $0. I have been denied my right again and again. I brought this question before the board, code enforcement and others. Where is the sense in throwing such an amount of money for something of zero value? When people look at my house, oh, your porch, $10,000 would have made my porch really nice, right? And I'm not asking you to determine between me and my neighbor. I'm asking you to determine, is this an asset or is this a liability? Is it dead? Absolutely. 5 years, no limbs, no leaves, soft wood. It is dead. It is rotting. It is full of bugs. It's over 2 stories tall. It's this big pile of wood. It is garbage. It's a huge asset. No, it's a huge liability, and we're supporting it with such foolishness. What are we doing? I am suggesting that we strongly consider defining ordinance 30-9, right? Nuisance, disease, dead, vegetation. To amend it to say a stump is 20 inches or less. None of this bull crap like over there, or the old schoolhouse, or over here you've got 40 feet ash trees that are chopped off, no limbs. What if that kills somebody? You have a conscience? Are you going to sleep at night if that kills somebody? You're like, oh, it's not a problem. It is a problem. People don't want to invest here. I don't want to invest here. I'm holding off on serious home maintenance because why? If this tree were to hit the side of my house, the roots are gone, it's been excavated, it's been chainsawed on both sides, it'll blast out my fieldstone basement. Why will I put $20,000 to repair my house now to go through something like that? After I have already gone through something like that because this tree already smashed up my house. This is not okay. So the amendment needs to be made to find all stumps to be below 20 inches, not 3 stories tall. Goofy dinosaur stump, yeah, it's so high. That's not a stump, that's a trunk. And make it retroactive. Every stump that's around. Give them 4 months. Give them to the 1st of July. By the 4th of July, we should clean up our city image a lot. People want that. I'm hearing that. People want that. And bring back code enforcement in-house. Get rid of this outsourcing it. Bring it back in. We'll lead ourselves. We'll take responsibility for ourselves. We'll do what needs to be done. That's my comment.
Good job.
Well, that's ridiculous. It's just, it's gotta be a sin. $10,000. Forced.
Library.
And it's not over.
Well, currently our program attendance is up this spring, as well as our circulation has been increasing this last year. We're just over 3,000 as of today, which puts us on track to over 10,000 circulations by the end of the year, which is 2,000 more than last year. I also put out a call for volunteers on Sunday for the summer reading program, and we've already had 2 applications turned in.
Just paid it. We're friends.
Things are happening.
And,
Police reports.
oh, I didn't even mention the
Everybody should have them.
enforcement of them. The code enforcement.
I'll go over it real quick, general information, the flock camera, contract expires this month. We're gonna be talking about it here shortly. Board County is not offering to take over, one of the cameras that we requested. Again, we'll talk about this in a little bit. Drug take back, day is April 25th, 9 AM to 3 PM. Drop off your prescription, RXs to our bin in the Village Hall lobby. Spring departmental meeting for our department will be April 26th at 8 AM. It's an all-day training event, I guess. Any board member or committee member that wants to stop by and talk to the officers, any questions, feel free to stop. Statewide tornado drill that was scheduled for today got canceled because of all the bad weather, and they had to direct more of their resources to, I guess, clean it up and try to assess all the damage that was produced. Statistics as of today's date, department had reported 544 calls of service from March 16th to April 8th. Total number of calls for service for the village so far is 2,817 calls. Major investigations this month, Sergeant Acker is looking into a sexual assault of a female. Flock camera system, we used it 3 times for 3 separate instances this month. For proceedings, we have a municipal trial coming up for disorderly conduct. Circuit Court, we have 1 OWI refusal hearing. Property compliance, there was none. There was nothing in the activity report that Allison's submitted. Events that the PDA is involved with, this month we were part of the Easter egg hunt on April 4th. Vehicle repairs, there's some upcoming Ford recalls. You see the miles for the cars. And a lot of training, we usually try doing that in the spring. Most all of it is free. You can see the list on the sheet here. Basically, all I have. No.
Do we still have the old squad?
We did.
We're not trading that in.
We are. Robert was asking to have first bid on it.
Robert.
A gentleman that owns the business. Yes. And we're seeing if we can get more with him versus if we did the auction. We asked him to come over and look at it.
We need to move it because we're paying insurance on it, right? It's insured yet, right?
We're getting a yes, so yes.
We need to move that along.
Okay. Do we actually, question, sorry, do we actually have to have insurance on it? Because if, well, no, I mean, if it's in a building that's owned by the village, I mean, you're the insurance guy.
It doesn't matter. If anybody gets hurt on it, by it, whatever, it needs liability on it. Doesn't need anything else, but it needs to have liability on it.
I understand that, but if it's in a building that's insured by the village, wouldn't that cover it versus having the actual car being insured? Okay, thanks for clarifying.
The car, and it's business policy besides, so that makes things a lot different.
Okay.
But it needs liability for sure. I mean, it's not worth a lot to us, so common collision.
I'm just wondering if it actually got sent over as liability, it hasn't probably been changed yet. So I should look into that too, if we don't sell that right away.
We need to get rid of it. We don't need 4 squad cars around.
Street trucks around.
Fire and EMS reports.
You have my reports as well. 27 calls last month, 19 of which were EMS, 11 of which 391 transported. Zach Blausers, now full-time and working on the Med 391 ambulance. Seems to be a very good fit so far. That's going well. Seems happy here. Only two real major incidents, I guess, last month. One of which was on the 5th of March, which was the fatal car crash on Manchester Road in Boone County. It was a Sharon resident. The other one was on the 25th. We went to Clinton a couple times that evening for a structure fire. But nothing else big to report otherwise. Breakfast is on Sunday, so please come on in.
Moving on, stop construction pay request number 19. Motion to approve pay request number 19. Which is in the amount of $155,428.55. No. I guess that all the time. We're getting closer right here.
Yeah, it's just a matter of punch list stuff now, all the touch-ups and getting grass to grow and waiting for the asphalt plant and optimization of filters and making sure everything runs the way it should. All the sensors and so on and so forth, so. Getting there. Kinda. Last few days kinda
Yeah, kind of threw it down.
horrible.
I'll make that motion. Pay stop construction $155,428.55. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Amending the UTV ordinance, discussion and action to amend the UTV ordinance to allow for year-round operation hours from 5 to 11 p.m. Presently, it's dawn to dusk as far as the times they can drive.
But wasn't it already around?
It's like what, April till November?
Yeah,
Currently.
yep,
Currently, yeah.
yeah, currently.
This will make it year round.
It'll make it year round and then, all the surrounding area is, 5 AM to 11 PM. So it just makes everything a lot more clear as far as enforcement and people coming and going. And then seasonal, snowmobiles are kind of a thing of the past anyway, so.
Once the snow starts changing.
I'll make that motion to amend the ATV, UTV ordinance to allow for year-round operation and operation hours from 5 AM to 11 PM. I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I checked with the DNR, and just for this situation, to see if there was more crashes that occur with ATVs in the winter. And he gave me a printout, using community maps. Basically, in 2021, 0 crashes, in 2022, 1 crash, 2023, 0, 2024, 2 crashes, and 25, 0 crashes. So, it would support that, like, winter driving with these, vehicles is not a problem statewide so far.
Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Chamber comp, Sharon Chamber, discussion action on the membership renewal and music in the park donation. Oh, I had that in your packet, right?
What's our annual donation for the music?
Plus a renewal.
Yes.
Membership.
I'll make a motion that we, renew the membership for $100 and donation of $1,000 for music in the park.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Flock camera contract. Discussion possible action to review the flock camera contract.
Brad, you were gonna say something about the, county?
Yeah, so just so the board understands, because we've had some discussions and a lot of people are saying, well, the flock cameras in the county's jurisdiction. That was upon our request. So we can move that camera. The reason why we had it so far out to the west was to give us time in case the flock camera hit on something, the officer would have time to be able to intercept it. So I just wanted the board to realize that we chose the destination of where the cameras are. In fact, we may, if this goes through, maybe even change the cameras in the directions that they are, the locations they are. So I wanted that to be known by the board.
Where would you move that one?
Where would we?
And did you wanna move that?
Yeah.
We weren't getting a lot of success on that, in that direction. So we were thinking about a lot of this activity's been happening on State Line Road. It's not really where I tell the whole public where these cameras are gonna be, but we'll say it anyways, because it's on. We were thinking about pointing it towards State Line, one over by Martin and State Line, and having that catch east and west there. Then we're getting people probably coming in from C or exiting C. Right now, then the cameras hit that going northbound. So we thought maybe we could take the camera that's at, right in front of the school and reposition that maybe towards C. And then having the one that's out to the west side, bringing that in closer maybe, or keeping it there, but maybe changing the directions. But for that time, it'd be sort of out of our, maybe in the Rock County. So we might move that location altogether. Just to see if it changes, if it goes through tonight, it just would change maybe the cameras and see if we can get even more success. Because we're not asking to cover the whole village, like Walworth is an example, they're asking for 9 of them. That covers almost everything. Coming in. Ours, we're just testing this out for a couple of years, and it's a success story, maybe it's not, but because we're only trying out for the 3, there's obviously different ways to get out of the village without being detected or coming in as well.
I know you had discussion that you were gonna get a hold of the county to see if they would cover that expense.
So far, they said no, that they have already exceeded their budget, but let us know if it doesn't go through the board. So there's a chance that they still would.
My question is basically, has it been beneficial for the village? That's what I'm looking at. Of the list that you gave us, that you handed out at the public safety hearing or whatever, there were 14 different instances on that list. Of those 14, 10 of them were unsolved, not founded, not seen. So basically, we had 4 uses of those cameras that were actually beneficial for, not necessarily the village, but for somewhere, okay? That 4 uses, does that warrant the cost of $9,000 from the village, or $9,420, whichever the total comes out to? My opinion, I say no, but I'm opening it up for discussion.
I'd say if you have 1 solved,
It's
It's a
not worth
success.
$10,000 to me. You're not looking, from the list I've seen, it's not anything like murder or robbery or, it's indecent exposure was 1.
I see sexual assault case,
Right,
rape, assault
as I
because of
said, there
that.
was 1 sexual assault.
Right, because of
There,
that. So I
right.
would, if I'm that guy, I would like to have that camera verify that, hey, I'm okay.
You're okay, you didn't do it. That was the
Right.
very first time, and it was the only time. And then there was another one that indecent exposure, that, I mean, like I said, everybody has their own opinion. I'm just saying, for the 4 times that it was actually productive, I don't think it's worth the money.
And I think that's kind of why we want to move and tweak them a little bit, is because the ones that you're talking about that we weren't able to see anything, it's because of the direction of the camera. It's not that we weren't able to solve it, we just weren't able to see it based off of the way the cameras were positioned. So I think with the tweaking the cameras
So
a
it's
little
gonna
bit.
cost another $9,000 and some odd dollars to reposition everything and try it for another year?
That's something I believe the chief is gonna look into to see what it would cost to tweak those cameras or move them. Because right now, we didn't pay for any poles that they're sitting
Right,
on.
so there may be additional expenses then.
Or we find other telephone poles that we can place the flock camera on that we wouldn't have to incur that cost of a pole. We would just use one that's already placed there. I guess a question I would bring up is, if they were solved, would you think that these cameras were
Productive.
productive?
Yeah, then they're productive. To me, as far as I'm concerned, all you're doing is, and I don't mean this offensively in any way, shape, or form, all it means to me is that you have wasted labor costs of a police officer sitting there monitoring something that they could be monitoring just by sitting on the street.
Well, that's not how it works, and I think I've explained this many times. There's not an officer monitoring that and taking up time. This camera system does a lot more, and I tried to set this up when people could see it, when we explained it in the beginning of last year. There's different capabilities that this camera has. If an officer, let's say for the example, for the Whitewater that I know that you commented on.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so,
I had a question and I asked it, and I got
and the reason why that
demeaned
person.
for asking it.
So, that situation, there was witnesses, maybe nobody knows what we're talking about, didn't see it.
I saw it.
But,
But-
but they were able to get the plate out there because of the SWAT camera. They put it out using the network, and they were able to locate where that car position sort of was. And then the officer, the deputy, was able to effect the traffic stop and got everybody in custody. So, so it's
it
used
did
for many,
work.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying it did work, because they,
In Whitewater.
I get that. I'm just saying it did work. On Facebook, you're all saying it didn't work. It
I
did
don't know
work.
what they were saying. I asked a simple
Right.
question. And pretty much got kicked in the teeth for asking.
Join the club, I get kicked every day, it seems like, so.
You get paid for it, I know.
So I think that if one of these situations gets solved by this, we'll all say, that's great. It's not like it can't happen here. We've had difference between burglaries and robberies that people don't always understand either. We had a robbery at the DEP. We could have probably solved that very quickly having that camera there, because it would have gone through probably, unless it went a back way, could have been able to find out who did that right away, and it would have solved the amount of time it did take. Now, we did solve that, but it took a week or two for me to do that. But that was a lot of hours into that solving, where we could have gotten an image. The cameras do a lot of things that maybe the general public doesn't know. And I always encourage people to ask the questions, because I can probably explain.
But you have to be
the
careful what
capabilities.
questions you ask.
I don't know that answer, sorry. That I asked? Or you asked?
I asked.
I don't know if there's any more I can contribute to the discussion, but if I ask questions. To answer your question, will the county cover it? I don't know yet.
Is there gonna be a charge then to move the cameras?
I don't know yet.
There
I will
was
negotiate
28
that by
Sundays.
saying, if there is, then maybe we don't use the system. I don't wanna tell you the whole, what I'm gonna say, I can tell you later. I'm hoping to negotiate that so that we don't have to change it.
When they first came and talked, and he had the gentleman on the view or whatever, he had explained that in detail. And if there is any type of relocation or readjustment of the cameras, yes, there will be fees for that. What they were, he didn't say. So that would be up to him and the chief.
There's a lot of things that they said in there that we didn't pay for, because we didn't have to, because I negotiated something different.
So that's why I say the cost to me does not warrant the outcome.
I got a question.
Specifically budgeted for that.
I know I don't get to ask it, but I think it's a good one.
That can't be rounded.
I have questions about, basically about the company itself. There's been a lot in the news about police officers using these cameras. I don't think anybody in our department would misuse these, but unfortunately, being a social network of cameras, anybody coast to coast can use these to, and not anybody, any police officer with access to the program can use these to stalk individuals, which has come about. There's also been several videos out on YouTube, I don't know if you've seen them, where SWAT cameras can be hacked into without passwords, and basically anybody can watch the footage from the cameras from a remote location. So I know we had discussed at one time, like, would you be open to other camera systems? I know Flock is probably the biggest and the best, but also being linked is part of the benefit, but it's also a huge part of the risk with other officers potentially taking advantage. If there was somebody who was trying to get away from somebody, hiding out in a small town might be a great place for them, but if their abuser can locate their vehicle in every small town they're at, it kind of makes those people unsafe anywhere they go.
So, anybody that, that requests access to the cameras, they can, when they run a plate, they have to run a plate on Flock, and if our camera were to catch that plate, then they're able to see that. But now, the only way that they can see the images that our cameras catch is if we accept that police department into our cameras organizations. Now, yes, we do have quite a few law enforcement agencies that have the ability to see our camera images. But, I mean, they have the same liability as we do, that the people that are having access to the ability to look at the camera images are held to the same standards we are. I don't know how else, we can pick and choose who we allow access to, but
For instance, Milwaukee, Rockford, like these bigger cities, do we allow those people, those departments access to our cameras?
we do, yes.
So, like those, because they're such large departments, your chance of having somebody who's doing something wrong increases. You know, keeping it more local, and it's probably a 0.5% of the entire force, if that. But that 1 or 2 times, that really spoils it. You know, makes the system dangerous for those who need to be more anonymous. And being in a small town, we'd like to protect the people that are here, and giving other people access seems a little bit intrusive.
So
And I like the idea of having cameras capturing plates, like you said, with the BP, we could have caught them. It's just linking it to this, what I consider a flawed system, is what I don't like, especially for the cost. They're getting our data, and we're paying for them to, you know, share. That's, their system works because it is a network. In that case, they should almost be providing the cameras for free and charging for access to the network, but that's a whole.
That's how they should structure it. But, all right, so to answer the questions you had about, or statement you had about YouTube, I can't verify that all those YouTube videos are correct. I've answered before, the way that we secure the information is there's only 2 people, that's myself and the sergeant, that have the ability to access it. Other departments choose, like you said, larger ones, I don't know if Milwaukee does, but larger departments, it give more of the personnel the ability to look at that. So I'm confident that, we have a system, not only by the policy, which I think I've shared with people, I have a policy on how we, to use that software, but also we double up on it, we put down every investigation that we do, so not only is it the Flock system, but then it's within our department. Networking is networking, right? So some of the same people that are on Facebook that are complaining about, what are they doing? They're using a network. So,
But when you're
say
on
that whether they
Facebook,
like it or not.
you choose what you put out there where it's driving on the street. You don't get to choose whether or not your plate gets captured. So that's
And I
the
also have to
difference.
throw that out there,
It
you
is
have no
public.
privacy when you're on the roadway in public like that, but that's not something the police department or Flock has determined that society has done that. But if the board feels more comfortable and the community feels more comfortable, although it restricts the ability to maybe possibly solve things, we can keep it with just departments that we share within our county.
I
It's
would be
another
more
option.
comfortable with that if it was within the county.
Now, the problem with that is that we are right on the county lines. So you have Rock County that surrounds us, you have Boone County, you have McHenry County, and you have all around us. So with that restriction, that also takes away some of the capability that the software has, or not the software, so the system has.
Could those other departments contact your department individually and say, I'm looking for this plate, and then we could look, versus giving them access so that we could still work together without?
There's no way that they would know that that vehicle came into Sharon. They would just be throwing a shot in the dark, throwing
So it
out.
doesn't pass, it doesn't alert the system.
Right. So, like, since you brought up Milwaukee, if we took the ability of Milwaukee to not be able to see our cameras, we would have to restrict their access, and then in essence, they would probably restrict our access to be able to see anything of their cameras, which I guarantee they probably have hundreds of cameras that is a huge reason why Flock is so popular, is because of the network. You know, we put a plate in there, we say, okay, robbery happens at the BP, we got the plate on that vehicle. Now we put it in as a hot list plate in Flock camera. So then anytime that plate goes through Delavan or, Lake Geneva or anywhere that has a Flock camera, we'll get the alert to our phone and our email saying that plate just hit on the Flock camera in Delavan or Lake Geneva. I don't know how many times, Delavan, for an example, they get probably stolen plates coming on 43 quite often, and they get an alert. So that's kind of what the whole networking is. So if we start eliminating these bigger agencies, the odds of us being able to find a plate that we're looking for, that a crime happened in Sharon, it's going to dwindle. It's going to be hard.
Did I answer all the questions?
When you look into the system, you have a case number. I thought I read something about a case number, so you actually have to have a case number to go in and look at that system then.
That's part of the protocol, and that's what Flock asks for, and then that's what we do as well.
That's part of his policy too, that anytime that we look for a plate, it has to be associated with the case number, and it specifically asks you right on there, what is the case that you're looking into, vehicle theft, battery, aggravated assault. You have to have a criteria as to why you're looking for that particular plate in the system with a case number, so that way, every time it's logged, it's audited, you can see who looked up that plate and everything. I'll make a motion that we approve to renew the Flock camera contract.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
No.
Who was the second? Marge?
Roll call.
I was in
Lawrence Dedrick,
Yes.
Marge Drexler,
No.
Karen Greenling,
Yes. Yes.
Amanda Rose,
No.
Mark Ruch,
No.
Pamela Shutt. Michael Bimrose.
Yes.
4-3.
Darien Sharon Fire EMS consolidation, again, we all have a copy of that. Discussing it at some point here, next month or so. See how it goes. We, like I said, we missed the first round of the innovation grant, and they should be coming up with another one right part of this year.
I talked to my mom. She works in the same floor as those people. She said November probably. So, just a couple things I want to point out in that there's, like they said at that meeting, I'm sure they'll get the final copies of this out, but there's some small errors in there. They also recommend that we drop Boone County, the contract we have with them, for a couple reasons. One is some legalities. It's the way the contract reads right now. It shows that it's between Boone County and the fire department rather than the village and township. I think that's wording that we could clean up. Their other concern was training requirements, that if something were to happen, that their training requirements are different than Wisconsin's. They didn't give us a lot to back that up, so Bruce and I started looking into that a little bit.
I think so. The city of Lloyd wouldn't have done it.
So Bruce spent a lot of today talking to the Illinois State Fire Marshals. Beloit was a prime example of that. Also Indiana and Missouri have these pretty common things, and like Southern Illinois too, that they jump back and
Fire
forth.
marshal at the time approved that contract.
Right, and the fire marshal currently is basically saying Illinois fire training is very much on a local basis what they require, so he doesn't see any problem with it. So that's the recommendation. It's a contract we could get cleaned up, but I just wanted to bring that to the attention. I did talk to the Boone 4 board. They're very unhappy to hear that. They're very happy with their service, and there's other agencies in Illinois that are very interested in taking that over. So I just thought I'd advocate for that a little bit here, and I'll tell
So the last contract came about because of that.
There's a lot more drama down there I won't get into, but I just wanted to point that out.
The last thing, I would just like to thank Pam for your years of service here in March. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Enjoy your times off.
We'll definitely enjoy that. More time in Texas.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you too.
June again.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks again. Welcome to the new members. We'll be ready to hit the road running, right? As they say.
That's right.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Good job.
What did I do?
That's what I'm saying. Carl, what did they pull you over for? 10 windows?
They did